Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Ty Diaz broadcasting live in Beaver Creek for your President's Holiday Weekend. Fantastic weather out here. It's going to be the snow. The corduroy looks great. Let's meet your instructor, Coker Baldwin. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning and welcome to the Beaver Creek Ski and Snowboard School.
Thank you very much. Is that the introduction that your clients get when they show up?
Absolutely. I think you get a handshake in there too.
You get a handshake. All right, so it's President's Weekend. What should we expect? I know that a lot of families are coming to town, so there's going to be, a bit of a crowd out here, all for good reason.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? This resort is big enough to handle it. So we're excited. It's already starting off. I already see folks lining up for the Children's Ski and Snowboard School. Yeah, what a great setup. So there's a lot of excitement already. I think everybody's going to be getting on the lifts early. This weather couldn't be more perfect.
Let's start with this. Let's walk over here really quick and help everyone find ski school.
Right behind me, right over my shoulder. First off, if you look over this way, you see the great starting area. That is our carpets. It's called the Kids Corral. It's a great setup for little ones who are just starting. Nothing's intimidating. We've got it all fenced in. No one's going to go anywhere. As you look farther across the way, you'll see the Buckhorn Express. That is our next step. As you start picking it up and you can start slowing down and the children become independent, they're going to head up there to more magic carpets, to a better terrain. There's also a chairlift up there, so it just keeps getting awesome.
Let's start with those that are taking lessons for the very first time. And what should they expect? I mean, they're getting their gear, their skis, their boards, then they meet you, then what happens?
Then what happens is you get to meet this friendly instructor who's going to take care of you. They're probably going to look at your equipment right off the bat and make sure that everything's good and fitting properly. I can't tell you how many times we've got extra layers shoved inside in your boots.
Like what?
Well, like socks. Okay. Well, once years ago I told a story about a Matchbox car I found in a kid's ski boot. Oh. So you always got to watch all that.
That's where that car went.
You were playing with it. So what we want to make sure is that you're absolutely comfortable and that you're using the equipment the right way. So many folks go for loose, they're trying to go for comfort, and actually with ski boots you want to have a nice snug fit. So the instructor is going to check out your equipment, and then from there we're just going to go over what you hope to get out of the day, because it's super important. We're not just trying to dictate this is ski school, these are the regiments that we have. We're absolutely listening to what you say, because it is your day.
That is an excellent point. What about for those that are making it back to the snow since last season, or maybe they've taken a break, but they know where they left off last in their lessons and their levels? How do you get them up to speed to their next level?
Sure, that's a great question. We want to overcome any anxiety, so it is a little bit like riding a bike. It does come back. Sometimes it takes about probably about 10-15 minutes, and you come right back to where you were before. We always encourage you, definitely take the lesson so that we can make that guiding process a lot easier. Please remember that all lessons are based on efficiency and effectiveness of the equipment.
All right, so getting out here, assessing the equipment, it sounds like you do that first. You're coming out with rentals, making sure everyone's comfortable. They have the proper equipment for the terrain and their ability level. As far as coming back as a returning student, it sounds like there's some level assessment, gauging where you are. And but in the meeting, all that's kind of discussed when you meet your instructor.
Oh, absolutely. We want to find out how you slept last night, whether you had a breakfast that morning. That's important with the kids, too. I can't tell you how many times we ask the little ones and know they haven't had breakfast. So we can accommodate you at the ski and snowboard school. We do have an ability to have snacks and make sure that you're ready for the day. Parents too, make sure you're eating while you're trying to get the little ones out there.
Speaking of parents, there are different types of instructions that are available for families aside from the class lessons. So maybe we can kind of go into some of the other programs.
Sure. My favorite thing is after the parents drop the kids off over here at the kids snowboard school, they actually line up right behind where the camera's facing and they show up at the adult school. It's just going to make their day easier. Again, we facilitate the process. We know what time that you have to drop off the little ones so that you can make it over to take care of yourself.
Speaking of times, so when do lessons begin and when is pickup time at the end of the day?
Well, pickup time at the end of the day, we'll start with that one right there is 3:30. That's great for the kids. Little ones can be a little bit earlier. You can always show up for the little tiny ones as they get a little bit tired. For the ski and snowboard school for adults, you are 3:30 in that time too. So that's a little bit past the cookie time, but you'll see the chefs out there.
And you can also take half-day lessons if you care to, and to find out more about booking your lesson,
you can always go to beavercreek.com. That's the best website. You'll find phone numbers and everything in there, or show up here. There's one of the doors, and then there's another door at the third escalator up from the base area.
Coker, thank you very much for the information and the directions. Make your way towards Beaver Creek. Get yourself signed up for a full day's lessons, private lessons, half-day lessons, but don't miss out on taking lessons and the experience that you could find right here on Beaver Creek Mountain. We're going to shift gears right now and showing you the mountain one more time and a little bit about the sky condition. Mark Sachs is going to give you a look at the weather.